Hi, my name is Susan Giarratani, and I'm a yoga instructor at the Revere Senior Center in Revere. Today we are going to do a yoga class, a gentle yoga class, a chair yoga class. This chair yoga class is for any level of fitness. So if you are new to yoga or if you have been experienced at yoga, you will experience a wonderful exercise if you try it. We are going to do a few different things, and I have my friends Sandra and Nelsie to help us. They are going to show you some ways to different options of what you can do with the class. Yoga is about unity. It's about unity with your breath and movement. So you shouldn't feel any pain while you're doing any yoga. If you do, back off. If some of the poses that we do you do not know how to do, or you're a little frightened about doing them, just take time and just pretend in your mind's eye that you can do the pose. There's no right or wrong with yoga. It's about being you in your space and being in the present moment. So if you want to get ready, please get a strap if you have one. If you don't, you can use a men's tie or a belt or a towel. And if you might need a brick. If you don't have a yoga brick, then maybe you can try using a book or a box, something sturdy. Okay, so get some comfy clothes on and join us and get a chair, and we'll see you in a few. Welcome back. So we're going to first start our class with a meditation to get us grounded into the space. So find a comfy chair. Make sure your feet are planted on the ground. If you can't fit your feet on the ground, then maybe get a brick or a book, like my friends here, and put your feet on it so you can feel grounded. And then press into the earth with your feet. Lower the shoulders. Close your eyes. And then just feel yourself sitting in the chair. So you feel your buttocks against the chair. And just settle in. Notice your breath coming in and out. Breathing in and letting that exhale release. So we're going to start with a scan of the body to see where there is some constriction or tightness. So we'll start at the top of the head. And with each part of the body that I mention, I just want you to feel and recognize it. Be aware of it. Don't judge it if you have some issues with it, or it's sore or tight. Just feel it. And maybe tell yourself, I'm going to work on that today. Okay. So close your eyes. We'll start at the top of the head. Travel down to the forehead. See if you can soften the eyes, all your facial muscles, your jaw, your neck, front, back, and side. Your shoulders. Maybe see if you can relax a couple more degrees and push those shoulders down to the floor. Notice the top of the arms, elbows, forearms, wrists, palms, and fingers. Then travel back up to those shoulders again. Notice the front chest, the upper back, the middle belly, middle back, lower belly, lower back, hips, buttocks, tops of the thighs. If your hands are on the top of your thighs, just feel that. Notice the hamstrings in the back of the leg, the front and back of your knees, your calves and shins, ankles, heels, bottoms of your feet, toes, the tops of your feet. Beautiful. And now just settle in and feel the rest of your body. So I want you to take an inhale in here, and I want you to let it out with a sigh. 2 more like that. Inhale in. Let it out. Good. Last one. Inhale. Release it. Beautiful. Now drop your chin to your chest. You can keep your eyes closed here if you'd like. And then let that 10-pound head just relax. So maybe you rock it side to side, you shake it out, no. Find whatever works for you. So any pose we do, if you feel like adding something in or taking something away, then do it. It's your pose, it's your practice. And then slowly draw your chin up. You can flutter your eyes open if they're closed. And then draw your chin all the way up to the sky. Now you'll notice my voice will start to change because I'm stretching out my vocal cords, but that's okay. So just notice it. Good. Notice if there's any tightness in the neck. Again, drop your chin to your chest, let it fall. Make it nice and heavy, shake it out if you need. And then inhale your chin all the way up. Beautiful. Now, taking your fingers, I want you to drop your fingers right where your clavicle bone is. So I want you to press in right where that clavicle bone is. And look up nice and tall. And then take your 2 fingers and place them behind your ear while your head is up. And we're going to slowly rub the sides of your neck and then press down on that clavicle bone. So we'll do a few rounds of this. This is actually draining your lymphatic system. So we're pressing it in, light press, and press it all the way down. And so we'll do 2 more. So from the ear all the way down. Beautiful. And then 1 more. All the way down. And then press. And then take all your fingers and press into that clavicle bone. And then draw your head to neutral. And then you can let your hands go. Beautiful. Inhale your both hands all the way up to the sky. Palms touch, draw it into your heart. Beautiful. Inhale up. Exhale out. We'll do 1 more. Follow your breath. Inhale up. Exhale out. Beautiful. Wonderful. Now, we're going to start from the shoulders all the way down. So drop your hands by your side, and then we're just going to roll those shoulders. So as you're rolling the shoulders, I want you to see when you're sending your shoulders forward to see if you can round your back a bit, and then draw them up to your ears. And then when you squeeze back, you do a tiny back bend. So accentuate this like you're doing, you're rounding your spine forward and back. Okay, and make sure you're following your breath because we usually hold our breath when we start doing a workout. We'll do 1 more and then we're going to reverse that. So now we're going to go backwards and forwards round that spine. Beautiful. Back and forwards. 2 more. Back and forward. Wonderful. Last one. Back and forward. Beautiful. Inhale both hands all the way up to the sky. Palms touch. Draw it into your heart. 1 more. Inhale up. Exhale it out. Beautiful. Squeeze those palms together. And we're going to press and we're going to go over to one side. So we're going to this side, squeezing in. Take an inhale in. Exhale it out. Return to center. Inhale your hands both up again. Palms touch. Draw it into your heart. Press those palms together. And then twist to the other side. Beautiful. And then return to center. Wonderful. And then shake it out. Good. Now, come to the edge of the chair a little bit. And we're going to open up our hips nice and wide. And then we're just going to circle out our spine a little bit. So, rolling forward, rolling back. And this might feel really good in the base of the spine. Feels good on me. So, and we'll do 1 more pose. And when you get to the front, Reverse your direction. Beautiful. Good. And then come back to neutral. With your knees, you can hold on to the chair, and we're just going to open up our hips a little bit. So you'll hear some crunching and cracking here, but that's okay. So just to warm it up. Good. Beautiful. And then walk your feet back in. Good. Wonderful. Okay. Now we're just going to warm up the legs a little bit. So draw that right knee into your chest. Okay. And take your foot and flex it. And keep that spine long. So I want you to think about your bottom on the chair, but your spine is lengthening up. So that spine is growing tall. Now, just roll out that ankle. And again, you might hear some crunching in my ankle, but that's okay. Good. And then reverse it. Wonderful. And then take the knee, and we're just going to warm up that whole leg right back, like that. And reverse that. Beautiful. And then hold on to the back of the knee, and then I want you to kick that leg out and in. Out and in. Now, sometimes what happens is when we kick that leg out, we start to cave our body. I want you to see if you can lengthen the spine. And if you do feel like caving in, lower the leg. You don't have to keep it really high. Beautiful. And then we'll place that foot down. And we're going to start with the other knee. So you can hold on to the knee, roll the ankle. I hear crunching. And then reverse it. And then we'll shake out the bottom of the leg and reverse that. Perfect. Hold on to the back of the knee and kick it out and draw it in. Good. And one more. And drop it down. Beautiful. We're going to warm up the bottoms of the feet. And we do this at our yoga class. So we're going to slap our feet on the floor just to warm up the bottom. See if you can get the heels, the bottoms of the feet, and the toes. Okay, just a few more seconds and let it go. Beautiful. Okay, we're going to warm up that lower spine. So we're going to do what is called a forward fold. If you have blood pressure issues or high blood pressure or low blood pressure, please do not have your head go below your knees. So you'll want to take one of the bricks, and Sandra is going to demonstrate this. So you take your brick and leave it in the front, okay? If you don't have blood pressure issues, you can go, Anelsi is going to show you a way that you can do this without dropping your head below your knees. And then I'm going to show you a full way. Okay? So we're going to take our chin, tuck it into our chest, feel that lengthening in the back of the neck. And then slowly, we're going to roll it down. So starting from the head, we're going to roll all the way down. And again, if you want to use the brick, you can. So once you get there, I want you to just shake your head out nice and slow. Now for me, I'm going to open up my hips a little wider and then send my hands down to the ground. Okay? So just shake out your head. Make it nice and heavy. Shake it out yes, shake it out no. If you have your hands on the floor and you want a little more, then you can open up your hips a little wider and place your hands on your elbows to see if it can draw you down further. And if you want, I sometimes do this, I rock back and forth, shake out in my head, and just breathe. Beautiful. Take one more breath. Release it. And then wherever you're at, just drop your arms straight down towards the floor. And we're going to walk them over to the right side. Or one side, whatever side you want to use. Again, you don't have to be perfect here. You're not doing anything wrong. And then slowly walk to the center again, and then walk over to the other foot. And maybe you cross the top hand on top of your other hand. Notice if there's any tightness or tension. Shake it out. Beautiful. And then come back to center. And then slowly, we're going to roll up, nice and slow. So from the base of the spine all the way up. When you get to your shoulders, you can let your head come up. And you might be a little dizzy. Just take a breath in and a breath out. Beautiful. Inhale both hands all the way up to the sky, palms touch, draw it into your heart. Good. Again, inhale up. Exhale out. Beautiful. If your feet are nice and wide, walk them in towards one another. And we're going to take our right hand and draw it onto our left leg. And then I want you to inhale and draw that right arm, the other arm, all the way up and reach. Okay, so you should feel a nice side body stretch here. So reaching up. Now inhale here. Exhale, we're going to go over to the side. And then draw yourself back up. Beautiful. Inhale up, reach over, and exhale, come back. Two more. Inhale up, exhale over, and then come back. One more. Inhale up, exhale it over, and draw it in. Wonderful. And then come back. Cross the hands over here. Lift up that other arm. Reach all the way up. Exhale it over. So you're exhaling over when you go over to the side. Again, reach up and over. Come back. Reach up and over. And come back. And one more. Reach up and over. Beautiful. And return to center. Beautiful. Okay, so we're going to work a little bit on the neck right now. The neck is usually the place where people keep their tension. It's either the neck or the hips. Neck is, I hear this all the time in class that, they're always having tightness in the neck. So we're going to work a little bit with that. So basically what we're going to do is I want you to take your right hand and I want to place it on your chest. We're going to take the other hand and draw it behind you. So the back of your palms are against your spine, okay? So sitting up nice and tall, belly buttons tucked in. And then we're going to take our neck and we're going to just drop it over to the side where your hand is on your chest, okay? Now this might be enough for you. You might feel this nice long stretch, but I recommend, if you don't have any neck issues, to maybe drop your chin down and then lift it up. So slowly drop it down and lift it up. And what you'll find is that the stretch moves in the neck. It might move to the back of the neck or the front of the neck. So find what works for you. Good. And we're just going to stay here for 2 more breaths. Let it out. And again, inhale in and let it out. Good. So stay here with your neck, but then take the hand that's on your chest and slowly guide your head down. Now, sometimes what I do is I move my chin up and down while I'm over there, just to see if I can get a different stretch. So see what works for you. But don't tug on the neck. Don't pull on the neck, just guide the neck, gentle. Beautiful. Take one more breath. Exhale it out. Draw your head back up and undo your little pretzel and shake it out. Inhale both hands all the way up to the sky, palms touch, draw it into your heart. Beautiful. Let's try that on the other side. So placing your hand on your chest, taking that other hand and drawing it behind your back. The back of the palm is on your spine. And then we're going to drop over to that side, the other side. Beautiful. And take a breath. There you go. I sometimes will practice with my eyes closed so that I can feel what I'm feeling instead of looking or letting my mind go. So if you enjoy that, do it. And take one more breath in, and then we're going to take that hand that's on our chest and gently guide it down. Now sometimes what I do too is the arm is in back, I just straighten it a little bit and I feel a little more stretch in that trap area, the trapezius muscle in the back. Beautiful. And one more here, one more breath. And then undo your hands and shake it out and roll that spine. Beautiful. All right. So we're going to work with the strap right now. So gather your straps if you have it. All right. So straps can be every different length. Mine is a very long strap, and I believe my friends here have a shorter strap. So find what works for you. If you have a belt, towel, a man's tie, whatever works. But we're going to extend the right leg out. Ooh, so come forward on your chair a little bit, but don't fall like I almost did. But come forward, keep that leg straight, okay? And you're going to take the strap on your the ball of your foot. So try not to put it on the arch of your foot. So try to keep it right at the ball of your foot. Now we're going to pull that strap, and notice my foot comes up, but I'm stretching out this whole calf area. So a nice pull. Now see if you can relax everything else in your body. You don't want to be tightened up. You want to just feel the stretch in the calf. And just feel it. Okay. And then you can release it and just shake it out. If at any point you feel any cramping, because sometimes that will happen, and further on in the class, there's a pose that I do that I usually feel cramping. So if you do, just come out of it and then try to go right back into it. So we're going to focus this part of the class on our hamstrings and our legs. So I call this push-pull. And basically what it is we first are going to practice, and I want you to see and lengthen your leg so that you can measure it in a way. And how you do this is I want you to sit up nice and tall so that spine is lengthening up to the sky. My bottom of my buttocks is rooted into the chair. And holding onto the strap with your two hands. Relax everything, like I said. And then slowly lift up the leg for as high as you can, but don't lean back and don't cramp in. So we're just gonna lift it up and lower it down. Good. Lift it up and lower it down. Now, while you lift it up, see if you can measure it. Maybe there's a speck on the floor or something that you can measure the leg just to see, okay? Because what we're going to do in this next exercise is to see if we can lift it up even higher without using our spine. So I call this push-pull. So you're going to bend your knee, but you're going to pull the strap in. But as I'm doing that, I'm also taking my foot and pushing into the strap. So I call it push-pull. All right, so we're going to do this 3 times, and then we're going to relax it. So ready? Bend your knee, pull it into your chest, push-pull, 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 relax. Good. Again, push-pull, 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 release. Beautiful. One more. Push-pull, 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 release. Straighten the leg. Slowly lift it up and see if it's higher than it was. Okay, if it is, great. Let's try that again. We're going to do this one more time on this leg. So bending the knee, pull that strap in, push-pull, 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 release it. Beautiful. Again, push-pull, 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 release. One more. Push-pull, 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 relax. Straighten the leg, lift it. So it should have got higher, and your spine should stay long. Now, take the strap in the hand that the leg is, that the same leg as you lifted. We're going to hold on to that strap. Now, there's a couple of options here. There's one option where you can hold on to the chair, which Sandra is going to demonstrate, and Elsie will demonstrate with her hand out, and I will demonstrate with my hand out as well. Okay, so if you feel comfortable holding on, or you can put it on your hip, go for it. So ready? We're going to hold the strap here. We're going to open up all the way. We're going to drop it down. We're going to lift it up, and we're going to draw it into the front for 1. We're going to do 5. Now, I stink at counting. They'll tell you in class that I can't count. So if you see that I'm doing a little more than 5, I'm sorry. I apologize. So this is 3. I'm paying attention, I guess. And then draw it in. And then 4. Draw it down. Draw it back up. And we'll do 1 more. 5. Draw it down. And draw it up. And then draw it to the center. Beautiful. Take it out. Now notice the difference. Notice if one leg feels longer than the other, higher. Just notice it. Okay, that is awareness, being mindful. All right, let's try the other leg. Extend that leg out. Beautiful. Okay, sitting up nice and tall. So again, measure your leg. So, oh, sorry, first I forgot. We're going to stretch out that calf. So pull it in. Feel that stretch in the calf area. That feels so good. Awesome. And then release. Shake it out. Beautiful. All right. Lifting up, keeping that spine long. Just measure. See how high you can lift it. And then lower it down. We'll do that a couple more times. Lift it up. And draw it down. And lift it up. And draw it down. Beautiful. Now, the push-pull. So bend the knee, draw it into your chest, and push away. So push-pull, 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 relax. Inhale in, push-pull, 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 release. Again, push-pull, 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 push-pull. Relax everything. Drop your leg down, spine long. See if you can lift it higher. We can do better than this, so let's try it again. Bend the knee, push, pull, push, pull, push, pull, relax. You'll notice that if you're doing it correctly, you'll start to shake. Again, push, pull, push, pull, push, pull, push, pull, release. Last time. Push, pull, push, pull, push, pull, push, pull, relax it. Straighten the leg, lift up. Beautiful. I love that. And then drop it down. Oh, I was wrong. We have to go side to side. So, extend that leg back. Hold the strap in the leg that's lifted. Again, find your space. Find what's helpful to you, whether you're holding on, whether you put your hand on your hip or you extend your arm out. Find what works. Ready? We're going to open it up. Drop it down. Lift it up. Draw it in. For 5, open it up. Drop it down. Lift it up. 2, open it up. Drop it down. Lift it up. For 3, 2 more. Open. Drop it down. Lift it up. For 4, last one. Open. Drop it down. Lift it up. And draw it in. Beautiful. Great. Okay, I'm just going to take a sip of water here. So if you have some water, please get some if you need it. Good. Okay, so we're going to go back to the upper body and the full body really, and then we're going to go back to our hips. Excuse me. So the next pose is called eagle pose, and there's 3 options that you can do with your legs and your arms. So we're going to show you all 3. So the first option is, like Sandra is going to do, is she's going to just cross her right leg on top of her left leg. Okay, so she's sitting there, crossed over. Anelsi is going to show you just crisscross. Perfect. I am going to show you eagle, which is tucking that foot behind your other foot. So you're going to feel a great stretch here in that hip. And if your body isn't able to do that, don't feel bad. We give options because everybody's anatomy is different. Some people have longer limbs or shorter limbs, or different muscles that are flexible and non-flexible. So go with whatever your body's telling you. Eventually you might get there, maybe you won't. Don't worry about it. Okay, so we're going to inhale both hands all the way up to the sky, palms touch. We're going to open it up into goal post position. So just like a football goal post. Okay, now taking the left arm, we're going to draw it under the right arm. Now, first position is here, and this is where Sandra is going to stay. Second position is here, and this is where Anelsi is going to stay. And I am going to go into eagle pose. Okay? So, finding this space and seeing what it does to your neck and your upper back and your rhomboids. Okay, so this is an opening for your upper shoulders. Now, I want you to lower those shoulders, but I want you to lift up the elbows. So we're going to take a breath here, and we're going to release it. Beautiful. Now, if you have to rock your head back and forth because you're feeling really tight in the neck, that's okay to do. Take another breath. Lift up another 2 inches. Take a breath in and let it go. Beautiful. And again, rock your head back and forth. One more. Lift up all the way without raising those shoulders. Take a breath. Exhale it out. Beautiful. Now slowly, we're just going to unwind our upper body, undo our legs, and just feel how wonderful that feels when you take all that tension away. It feels great. Okay, other side. So find your space, whether it's option 1, option 2, or option 3. Find your space. Good. Again, inhale both arms all the way up to the sky, palms touch. Open into your gold post. And then crisscross your arms the opposite way. So finding what works for you. Okay? Beautiful. All right. And again, settle in. Take a breath. Exhale it out. Beautiful. Inhale those elbows up a few inches. Take another breath in. Exhale it out. Inhale up a little more, 2 more inches maybe. You're going to feel a nice stretch under your armpits. Let it out. Take one more breath here. Let it go. And then slowly, when you're ready, you can undo your pretzel. Okay, so we're going to go to the hips now. So we have a couple of options here as well. One option is if you cannot get your, we're going to start with this leg. If you cannot get your ankle on top, Sandra is going to show you a way that you can utilize the same pose by doing something different. So you're going to keep that leg straight, and you just can take that top leg and open up your hip. So holding that hip down, and then from there you're going to just lean forward. And Elsie will show you a way where you can draw your hip in and just sit here. Now you'll notice for me, I have tight hips, so my hip is pretty high because it's tight. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to inhale up and I'm going to lean forward. Okay, so this right here is where you're going to feel this. Now, while I'm leaning forward, I'm not rounding forward. I'm keeping my spine long, but I'm just digging in. And I'm also lengthening the back of my neck. So I'm feeling my spine is long. Now, as I sit here, I'm going to gently place my elbow on my knee and press it down to see if I can press it down further. Now, one of the things that we do when we are in a pose that is uncomfortable is we are telling our brain's telling us, get out. We don't want to be in suffering or in pain. So I use, and I suggest you use your breath to help you with this pose. So as you know, I'm keeping you here a little longer than expected, but I want you to breathe in your air, and I want you to picture a window, and I want you to, with that inhale, think about gathering all that tension in that hip. So inhale in all that tension, go to the window, draw the window up, and I want you to release with an exhale all that tension. Now use that visualization to help you stay in the pose. Because when we do difficult poses, what do we say? We can do difficult things, right? So I want you to tell yourself you can do difficult things. Good. So we're going to stay here for one more breath. And exhale it out. Beautiful. And then slowly come up. And if you notice, my knee's down a little further. And then slowly undo what your pose is. And just shake out that leg a little bit. It might feel a little tingly. That's okay. Beautiful. Other leg. So find your pose, whether it's here, or it's here and you lean in. So ready? We dig in. And it's okay to come out of a pose and go back into it. So if you feel that you need to do that, take a break. This is your practice. This is your experience. So try not to judge yourself with any, what we're doing here. Try not to say, well, she can do it and I can't. That's not what yoga's about. Yoga's about practicing on your mat difficult things, because when you practice those difficult poses, you're able to practice that in life, because we have things that we have to deal with. So when you are able to breathe through it, breathe through those poses, when you have difficult things in your life, you're able to breathe through them. Good. And I'm just going to readjust and press in a little more. Take 2 more breaths. Last one. Okay, and then slowly roll up. And then take that leg and gently place it down and shake it out. Okay, so we're going to get into our hips again, and also add in some arms. So we're going to do a strength pose called warrior pose. In warrior pose, there's warrior 1, warrior 2, and warrior 3. We're going to do warrior 1 and warrior 2, and then we're going to do a side ankle pose. So we're going to start with this leg. So we're going to draw in, let me start again. If you're in option 1, Sandra is going to demonstrate that. You're going to leave this foot on the mat. You're going to take your other leg and you're going to turn it to the side. Okay? Now if you need a brick, you can place a brick right under your foot if you need to, if it's a little difficult. Okay, so if you can place your foot on there, that's fine. Now, this is option 1. Option 2 is you're going to take this leg and just take this leg and walk it out towards the back. Okay? So you can keep it here or you can keep it here. Good. Now your hips, you'll notice that your hips are kind of going out to the front. So I want you to see if you can turn your hips towards that leg, towards this right leg. Now notice the foot. Sometimes the foot will pop off, so if you have to draw it up a little further so that the whole foot can stay on the floor, do that. And then use the chair as a prop, so help you twist towards that front. This might be enough for you, okay? So we're going to go into warrior 1 pose. So we're going to inhale both hands all the way up and draw them up to the sky. Now notice if your shoulders start to rise, I want you to lower them down. And we're going to breathe. I find this pose can be difficult some days for me, so I'm going to breathe through it. Keep those hands nice and active and breathe. And exhale it out. Good. One more. Inhale. Exhale it out. Beautiful. Palms are going to come together, and then we're going to open up into warrior 2. Your right arm, or the arm that's bent, the knee that's bent, is going to follow. Your arms are going to follow that knee. And sometimes you might feel like you're crunching forward. I want you to open up that chest, but lower those shoulders. And stare at that middle finger on that right side where you're facing. Okay. Breathe. notice I'm holding you in this pose for a little longer. So inhale here. We're going to flip that front palm facing up, and then we're going to draw that palm all the way up, and that back hand can go to the back leg. This is humble warrior, reverse the warrior. Return to warrior 2. Good. We'll do that 3 more times. Flip that front palm, reach it up. Inhale here, reverse the warrior. Exhale back to warrior 2. Good. Again, flip that front palm, reach it up. Inhale, don't hold your breath. Exhale back to warrior 2. Last one. Flip it and reach all the way up. Exhale back to warrior 2. Beautiful. Take 1 breath here, and then we're going to take that arm that we just worked and drop it on our knee. And then we're going to lift that other arm up, 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 over our head. And then we're going to draw it back up. Beautiful. 4 more times. Inhale up. Exhale out. Number 3, inhale up. Exhale out. Number 4. And we'll do 1 more. And over. Beautiful. Come back to your warrior 2. Just take a breath. And then slowly get out of your pose. Slowly remove yourself out of there and shake it out. All right, we're going to try the other side now. So, first you can stay here, okay? Or you can take that leg and straighten it. And if you did the other side, you put your leg here. If you want to try to extend your leg out on this side, you can try it. Okay, there's no right or wrong. All right, so you're here. So again, taking your hips, we want to turn towards that leg that we're working, right? And you might use the chair to help you. So see if you can just twist in, and if you have to send that front foot out a little more, go for it. Beautiful. And then we're going to inhale both hands all the way up to the sky into warrior 1 pose. Good. Now notice the shoulders. Are they rising up? Lower them down, but keep those arms nice and active. Fingers active. Nice, strong arms. And breathe. So breathing in, breathing out. Let it go. Good. 2 more breaths. Release. Last one. And let it go. Palms are going to come together. And then we're going to open up on the other side and look at that front arm. So look at that middle finger on that left arm. Notice the shoulders. Mine are starting to rise, so I'm going to drop them down. Open up the chest. Good. 2 more breaths. And 1 more. Let it out. Good. Flip that front palm and reach that palm to reverse that warrior. Inhale here. Exhale, come back to your warrior 2. Good. Flip the front palm and reach it up. Exhale it back to warrior 2. We'll do 2 more. Inhale, reach, humble warrior. Exhale back to warrior 2. And last one, inhale and reach. And back to warrior 2. Good. Let's just take 1 more breath here. Exhale it out. Good. And then slowly you can find your way back to your seat. Welcome back. So we are going to do a balance pose and 1 standing pose. The standing pose we're going to do is Tadasana. which is mountain pose. So you can use your chair to hold onto if you need to. So I want you to take your hips, your feet hip distance apart. So press in to the four corners of your feet. The four corners are right underneath your big toe, right underneath your little toe, and the 2 points next to on your heel. So press them into the earth and lift your toes if you can. Spread your toes as wide as you can. Okay? Now I want to see if you can drop one toe at a time, which is pretty difficult to do, but see if you can try it with the pinky toe, the little toe, the middle toe, and then the big toe. Okay, so now I'm rooted into the ground. Think about your feet rooting in. So with all those points I just mentioned, they're growing and rooting you into the ground. Now, standing this way, you can feel more secure. Now, tighten the legs, and you might notice that your kneecaps lift a little. So press into the earth and lift your kneecaps. Keep that belly nice and tight. Now, inhale, both hands, if you can, up to the sky, and follow them with your face, and draw it into your heart. Good. Do that again. Inhale up. Exhale it out. Good. Now, from here, we're going to take our hands, keep the fingertips nice and wide, and open up and drop them right by our side. Okay, so pushing those shoulder blades down, fingertips are facing down, and you'll notice a little lift in your chest when you do that. Okay, I sometimes, again, close my eyes while I'm here, and I want you to say a mantra to yourself. I want you to say, I am strong, I am capable, nothing's going to move me. You are a mountain. Okay, take another breath in. Let it go. Beautiful. Now from here, we are going to do a standing pose. So we're going to start with this leg right here. So you can hold on to get yourself ready. And this is a balance pose. Balance, a lot of people will tell me that their balance is terrible. Well, it's something that you can improve if you practice. So this balance pose is, we're going to move with the balance, but if you don't want to move with the balance, you're going to do what Sandra does, and you're just going to stay in the pose. Okay, so keeping that belly tight, you can kick your hands on your hips if you want, and we're going to lift that outside leg from the chair, okay? And keep your foot flexed. So you'll notice that this standing leg is stabilizing you. So really press it into the earth. Keep that belly tight and hold. Now, if you want to try to do this pose without holding on, practice. If you want to just hold. My recommendation, if you're doing this, is to not look at the camera or to look at the TV, but to look at something that is not moving. It's called a drishti point. So look at a drishti point of something that's stable, that's not moving, to allow yourself. Now, great. Now we're going to add some movement here. And if you want to, you can place one hand on that knee. You can keep your hands on the chair, on your hip, or extend your arm out. Find what works for you. Now, we're going to inhale, open it up. Exhale it. We're going to bring it back in. And you'll notice I'm wiggling. So what do I always say, girls? Welcome the wiggle, right? So wiggle, let yourself wiggle. You're actually strengthening your ankles by wiggling. Good. We're going to do one more. And then draw it back in. And then drop it. And shake it out. Beautiful. So we're going to take our chair and we're just going to move it over to the other side. Beautiful. And hold on. Okay. So again, find that mountain pose. Find your feet rooted into the ground. Now we're going to take the other leg and we're going to extend that out. Make sure that foot is flexed. You're pressing into the earth with the opposite leg. Knees are lifting, and you can find where you want to be. So if you want to try holding on, again, find your drishti point. And we're just going to breathe in this balance. Now, if you want to add movement in, you can hold on to that knee. And if you want to extend that arm out, you can. You can keep it on your hip, or you can keep it by your side, whatever you feel you want to try. And then we're going to open it up and close it. Open and close. And if you fall out of it, fine, because I'm about to fall out of it. And we're going to do one more after this. And then open, woo, and close, beautiful. And then drop it down, and then just shake it out. So we've created a lot of energy, and you can feel that energy in your body. So we're just going to release it with a little qigong. And so we're going to inhale our hands all the way up. Inhale, inhale, inhale. Exhale, let it go. 2 more. Inhale up. Let it go. Wonderful. 1 more. Inhale up. Release. Wonderful. Okay. So we're going to return our chairs back, and we are going to end the class in what is called the last pose of a yoga class, which is Shavasana. Shavasana is considered the death pose. It doesn't mean anything negative like death, but what it means is it's the end of the practice. So this is a good time when you're doing a yoga class to make sure you incorporate a Shavasana pose, because it's actually rest and restore from what we've done in our poses. So a good time you can lay down on the floor to do this, and sometimes if you place a blanket or a pillow under your knees and let your feet flop open. So we're just gonna breathe a couple of seconds in this pose. So relax into the chair. Let the feet flop open. And you can place your hands up or down. If you place them up, you want to receive. If you place them down, you want to feel grounded. So whatever you feel you need. And close your eyes. And breathe. Your eyes are closed, you can flutter them open. And then just sit up a little taller in your chair. Inhale both hands all the way up to the sky, palms touch, draw it into your heart. Draw your thumbs all the way up to the middle of your eyebrow, which is your third eye chakra. Press it in a little bit. Inhale here, exhale out. The light in me honors the light in you. Namaste. Thank you.